Here comes day 10 of my 13-day trip along and around Kungsleden trail in Lapland. Today I'll see arguably the best view around the trail, though personally I prefer the area I visited around Nallo on days 4 and 5. But let me know what you think. That morning I got up early as usual, just because I wanted to have a hut to myself. I didn't have to, as I had to catch a boat at a specific time. But because of it, I was able to see an extremely lovely, quiet, foggy morning before the other travelers woke up. Eventually, I had to walk a short distance towards the boat, pay the fee, and board it with the other hikers. The distance across the lake is rather large, so you cannot row it, which means you need to use these motorboats to be taken across. As I mentioned before, what I dislike about being taken over is that all hikers end up on the other side at the same time, ruining my solitary rambling. Oh well, all I have to do is to lag it, trying to leave the crowd behind. Day 10. As I mentioned yesterday, it's a very short distance to the next hut. We've just taken a motorboat to the other side of the lake, but I will try to go up a mountain to add to today's journey. It is so strange, because last time I was here 4 years ago, it was the height of summer. Everything was green, and now look around me. Everything is going to sleep before winter, and this forest looks a bit sad, but also very romantic. I think, as it turns out, it's a bit of a mistake on my part to decide to stay for 2 nights in the next hut, because I was thinking that depending on the weather, I will have 2 opportunities to go up Skierfe, like today, adding it to today's hike to the hut, and tomorrow, on the day where I'm staying at the same hut. But it turns out that both days are supposed to be quite nice. Sunny today, maybe a tiny bit more cloudy tomorrow, so I could have just hiked up it today and continued my journey tomorrow. But well, since I already booked and paid, and I have all decided by dates, including my train, I cannot really decide to continue further without rebooking too much stuff, which is impossible when you don't have phone connection like here. I guess I will have to make the most of it, and maybe tomorrow I will go up the mountain again, up Skierfe, and then I will continue hiking around it. Maybe I'll find some nice viewpoints further on. Moving along a very long uphill. Feeling really tired today again. Maybe I'm just hungry. hungry because now it's 9 in the morning and I had my breakfast around 6. But I really want to get to to finish the steepest part of the way and then sit down and have a cup of tea. But maybe I should actually do it before the steepest part. That's how the day looks when you are hiking for the whole of it. Just thinking about where to sit down, when to eat, and also enjoying my audiobook. Although, it's so tired. Maybe it's not a good idea. I'm thinking again to do a 2 weeks hike instead of a 1 week's hike. Still a lot of snow up there, so there was a stream going up. It was quite wet in this area. It's really funny to see how now everything is dry, there is no snow, and it's only 1.5 months difference, I think.
It's getting too loud in here.
Like in the previous episode, I have footage both from this year and the old one, from late July 2020, my first proper through hike. I thought it would be fun to film the same spot, giving you an opportunity to compare them.
And time will be all we need. But for now we'll take all the pieces, all of the reasons to stay.
As you can see, there was not only more snow, but also more people in July. Well, more by northern Sweden standard.
I'm wasting my time in here. I need to get out. It's getting beyond sincere, and it's freaking me out.
I'm very happy with the clouds. It will not make the view from the top nicer, even if I can see anything, but I'm really happy that it's not hot. The thing that I hate the most is the heat, and now it's okay, just a bit warmish.
Here, getting over a mountain, I met a huge herd of reindeer. Way more than yesterday, but not as close. Walking down towards the valley, I could already see Skierffe. The hut is by the lake, and most travelers would continue their hike to reach it. But about a kilometer away, you can turn off the trail and head 7 kilometers to the mountain top, which was my plan. Not far away from the turn, I sat down to have my lunch of tea and energy bars, before getting my drone out to film the gorgeous Skierffe. At that moment, the weather wasn't particularly cheerful, so the scenery looks a bit dull. It will change soon, though. However, here I have some previous July footage again, and that looks wild. Do you see Skierffe with the waterfall on its side? and there is tiny little me next to that monstrous stone. And then it was time to start on that 7-kilometer tedious uphill to the top. As I was going up, the sun started showing more and more.
A lot of climbing with a heavy backpack. At least I'm very much looking forward to tomorrow when I'll be able to leave the heavy stuff at the cabin and then continue hiking for a day without it. It's still so long to go and so high to climb up. Finally decided to get rid of my jacket. I had to rearrange some stuff because, as usual, ladies' trousers don't have too many pockets, which is why I was carrying all my cameras in the pockets of my jacket. And then I had to move some stuff into the backpack, put my cameras into the belt of my backpack. And now I'm just grinding the way up. The sun is out though, so I might get some really nice view if I get to the top. It's still quite a long way to go.
The view is beautiful, isn't it? Look at the reflection. I hope you can see it in the lake behind me.
As it's a side trail, it is not well marked. You can see it fine for a large part, but then it kind of disappears in the stones as you're getting closer to the final climb.
About half a kilometer left to the top, according to my map. Yeah, there is no marked trail. At least maybe I've lost one. I'm following the map, but hopefully I will get to the top soon, because it will soon be time for me to turn back to reach the hut before the sunset. I made it! Check this view! Isn't it just wild? I'm at the top of Skierfe.
I'm so happy that I decided to do it today because the light is amazing. Look at this. All those crazy colors and the sun and the shadows from all the clouds. And just look all around me. It's so crazy.
Even though I'm not a sitting down rest kind of person, I spent quite some time at the top. Even had my tea twice. Well, actually I had to move because of the wind. And most of the time I was up there completely alone. Maybe 4 or 5 people visited the top as I was there. As the wind was getting stronger, it got way less comfortable, and sunset was approaching, as I still had 8 kilometers to make to the hut. So I had a couple more energy bars for the road, and made some final photos. It was so hard to make myself leave that gorgeous spot behind. The wind is really picking up, so it's time to go back. So here, I said goodbye to the view and managed to find the trail and follow it carefully towards the Aktse Hut.
Now I feel challenged. I have to get to the hut before sunset, and there is an intrigue. Will I make it before sunset? Will I make it before sauna time? Or will I not? That always cheers me up. The last couple of days were so boring. I was just hiking.
Unfortunately, here, the wind made my sound absolutely horrible. I can barely understand what I was saying myself. The main idea, however, is that I need a challenge to cheer me up, such as a mountain or the sun going down, threatening to leave me in the dark. I don't really have much footage of going down, as I was pretty tired and in a hurry. You should pretty much remember those views from me going up. Beautiful sunlight kept me company almost all the way down. Eventually, I reached the hut, my home for the next 2 nights. I made it in time for the sauna, though mixed, which is not my favorite option. I bought food in the little store and had half of the cabin fully to myself, a perk of traveling off-season. As you might have guessed, this is the end of today's story, but I have a small favor to ask. My channel is tiny, and it will help me a lot if you say hi in the comment or just give me a thumbs up. If you want to see the next day, where I'll be hiking in a mysterious, scary cloud, click the subscribe button, and I will see you there.